Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And today I'm bringing you video from a different angle. I know I'm not in front of my bookcases, but we already have a huge book haul between me and the boyfriend that's going on our shelves. And I don't feel like carrying these all the way over there yet. So, yeah. Some of these I can tell you what they're about, some I can't. We have 40 plus books to get through, so we're just gonna talk. I'm just gonna maybe give you a lowdown. You have my stack, his stack. Actually, what I've purchased, what he has purchased. Yeah, let's just say I went a little overboard. Especially seeing as it's only the 10th. But yeah, let's just get into this haul. Some I got on like sales and stuff like that, so did he. He bought me some, I bought him some. Like, yeah, we'll understand. Okay, I'm gonna start with this little stack down here first, and then we'll work our way to these stacks. Okay? Starting with, I got volumes 1 and volumes 2 of Check Please. Book 1, hashtag hockey, and book 2, sticks and scones. All I know is this is a cute LGBT hockey player who likes to bake. And there's a queer romance. Is legitimately all I know. And this year, I'm planning on reading at least one graphic novel a month, and this just happens to be one of the graphic novel series that I plan on continuing. I don't know, or starting this year. I don't know if volume 3 will be out this year or not, but hey, I got them. So we'll go there. The next two I got were Fence volumes 3 and Fence volume 4, Rivals, which is a graphic novel series by Boombox. I own issues 1 and 2, and I've absolutely loved them, but never continued. And I'm also a little sad that it's a little bent up, but Amazon, what do you expect? All I remember is it follows Nicholas and Seiji as they go to school to play fencing. That is the term, right? Playing fencing. And I do know that it's queer. There's a bunch of queer characters. All boys school. And I want to say it's a enemies to lovers romance, but it's very slow burn, so I don't even know if in the 4 volumes we're going to get the slow burn. But this is another series that I plan on reading and completing. I don't even know if there's going to be more volumes past 4. But as of right now, this is what's out. I'm going to make a stack of graphic novels. Sounds reasonable. Next is I got because I'm doing the Grisha verse read along and stuff like that, I got the box set of the Six of Crows duology, which I accidentally ripped trying to get them out. Just look at them. But I also got these for the boyfriend as well, because he really liked the Shadow and Bone Grishaverse series, and he wants to continue, so he'll be reading these as well. I know I'm not going to get to these anytime soon, but I knew he would want to soon, so I went ahead and got them. So, and I don't need to tell you. All I know is it's a heist story, because I still haven't started Shadow and Bone yet. That is my next book. So, let us get into my stack, and we'll go to his. Okay, I found this for 90 cents, and it's a cozy mystery. Murderers Prefer Blondes. I know nothing about it, by Amanda Mateski. It's a page-turner mystery. I got it solely for the title. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is my all-time favorite musical. I have the classic to read, And Death Prefers Blondes is one of my all-time favorite books. So I was like, murderers prefer blondes? Why not? Okay, this next deck right here, and then you'll see more from this author at the bottom because he kind of organized it by size. But I got some James Patterson books on cheap. For $2, I got The Cornwall Vanish, which was previously published as The Cornwalls Are Gone by James Patterson and Brenda Du Bois. Her family is missing. She'll do whatever it takes to bring them home. I have been very curious about this one, and to find it for $3, I was like, ooh, girl, why not? The next 4 are all part of the same series, one of my favorite James Patterson series that I've been wanting to own, and I found them all in, like, with the same covers, because this series has had a couple of cover redos. Oh. This is so out of order. Hold on. Let me get this series in order. I thought so. Thought it looked weird. But that is the Confession series by James Patterson and Maxine Petro, which is one of my favorite co-author duos when he writes, when he has his co-authors. Sorry, I have allergies horribly bad. So if you hear anything, I apologize. I know it's gross, but I'll go wash my hands in a minute. It starts with the Confessions of a Murder Suspect, which this is all about the Angel family, where Tandy and Harrison Tandy finds her parents murdered. And they're trying to find out if one of her siblings or her is the murderer. So you've got Confessions of a Murder Suspect, Confessions, the Private School Murders, Confessions, the Paris Murders. Oh, Paris Mystery, sorry. Confessions of the Murder of an Angel. Which, I really loved this series back when it first came out. When did it first come out? Back in 2012. So, and I'm super excited to finally own them. I got them each for like $3. It was such a steal. Like, listen. I'm gonna make a stack for James. Ugh. And along with that. Okay. These next 2 books are part of the same series, which I will be doing a read-along. Buddy Reads with Mel. And this is a series that I convinced her to go ahead and do. We're just waiting for the 3rd one to come out. Then we're gonna binge them. What a month, which I cannot wait. And that is From Blood and Ash, and the sequel, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm super excited to have these. All I know is that it's paranormal romance or fantasy romance, paranormal romance, same thing to me. And sexy. Very, very sexy. I was told that if you love the ACOTAR series, you're definitely going to love these. But I did not realize how chunky these boys are. And this is an indie published series by her. I know the 3rd one's supposed to be out in April, which I have pre-ordered. So I cannot wait. Those kind of go together. Okay, these next 3 are all part of the same series, and I plan on doing a read-along of this second half of the year because I just want to read everything there is of Marissa Meyer, and this is the last actual series of hers that I haven't read, besides the graphic novels, which I'll have seen, which I'm reading one this month, and her contemporary novel. But that is the Renegades series, and I got these beautiful British covers off of Amazon. Didn't realize they were British until they came in. The UK covers, but you've got Renegades by Marissa Meyer. He wants justice, she wants vengeance. Then you have Arch Enemies, Heroes, Villains, Vengeance, and Forbidden Love. And Supernova, All's Fair in Love and Anarchy by Marissa Meyer. And I'm super excited because I've heard these are basically superheroes and villains is all I know, and that's all I want to know. And Kaylani has recently read this series and has absolutely loved it. And I cannot wait to continue on with my Marissa Meyer love. This is gonna be awesome. Next is a book I got that is for me and for the boyfriend. But we are doing a buddy read with Mel, which anybody who knows when I mention Mel, it's Mel from Completely Melody. We're doing the Illuminae series, and I already got the first one. The third one's coming. But I got Gemini by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Today's just a day. All I know is space opera told in mixed media. So, and yes, there's more books coming. It's not here. I made a book outlet purchase because I found some Jay Kristoffs on there for super cheap. Because the boyfriend is currently reading through Jay Kristoff's works, and he is absolutely loving them. So I wanted him to have some part of his belated Christmas presents. So whenever that box comes in, it's only got 6 books in it, but I'll do a video talking about that. Okay, but yes, Gemini is next. 3 are all part of the same series, which I've heard volume 4 is coming out as the ends of this year, I think, or at some point this year. I don't know if there's a volume 4. Cool. If not, cool. But I got Heartstopper by Alice Oseman because the graphic novel things. This is another one I wanted to tackle. I'm tackling a lot of queer graphic novels this year. That's the goal, is I want to complete the 3 main queer graphic novels. If y'all have any other queer graphic novels recommendations, comment down below and let me know. Female, male, bi, pan, any sort of ones. Comment down below and let me know because I'm really loving this idea of having a graphic novel set for every single month. So yeah. But we've got Heartstopper, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, which I know you can go to her Tumblr or her Instagram and just carry on with the series, but I personally like bind-ups like this. All I know is this follows Charlie and Nick, which are characters in her book Solitaire, that I think, which I've never read any Alice Oseman, but I was told this is where I should start and that I would absolutely love them. So it's where I'm gonna start, okay? But, y'all, the only thing I don't like is the height difference between Volume 1 and Volume 2. And the fact that 1 is down here and 2 is up here. That just messes with my OCD, but that's totally a different issue altogether. Okay. This next book, like I said with the Jay Kristoff, I got this for the boyfriend because he just read Nevernight. So I ordered him God's Grave, Book 2 in the Nevernight Chronicles. All I know is Nevernight follows Mia Corvair, an assassin. That's all I know. But he absolutely loved Nevernight and cannot wait for this one. And in the box that's coming is Dark Dawn, because I found it for $9 for a American high fantasy, adult fantasy hardback. And I was like, I can't pass that up. So that's why we got God's Grave, which I'll put next to Chimina. Next is another book going with the Grishaverse, but I know it's one that I need for my read along, and the boyfriend wants to read it too. So I was like, why not? We now have The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo, Midnight Tales, and Dangerous Magic. All I know is this is a bunch of fairy tales told in the world of Grishaverse, and it's got illustrations throughout it, and then underneath is stunning. So I knew it was a book I needed and a book he wants as well, so I was like, why not? And I love this on the back. Love speaks in flowers, truth requires thorns. Collection of 6 lavishly illustrated stories. Which, we all know me and short story collections don't always get along, but I do love fairy tales. And I thought, this is too beautiful of a book not to get. These next 2 I got super cheap as well, because they're James Patterson. I don't want the bottom one, damn it. But I found 19th Christmas and The 20th Victim, which are 2 books that I need for my Women's Murder Club mystery, which eventually one of these days I will continue reading that series. But I found them for $10 a piece, and they're brand new hardbacks that don't even look like they've ever been read. So when I find books like this that are newer, because these books are like $30, if I can find them for $10 or cheaper, I'm gonna grab them. So it was a deal that I couldn't pass up. Yeah. Yay. And this last one is the last book that I purchased, and then we'll get into his lovely stack. But I found The Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse, which is book 1 in the Sixth World series, which I don't know how many books are supposed to be out in this, but I know book 1 and book 2 are out. All I know is it's an apocalyptic, end-of-the-world story, and the main character is a monster hunter, and she's Native American. And that intrigues me, because I have found that I really like books where main characters are Native American, that show some of their heritage and stuff like that, because it always helps me to remember my sister, who, God rest her soul, passed away in 2009, but she was Cherokee, and I want to say Choctaw. Was it Choctaw or Chickasaw? No, I think it's Choctaw. Cherokee and Choctaw, yeah. Because the song. Yeah. But I find Native American culture and stuff fascinating to learn, because it was something that we used to learn with my sister, who was handicapped, and it was just one of those things that I'm like, I'm always fascinated to read more. And this is just an interesting take on a monster hunter that I was like, yes, gotta have. So, now into his stack, which I'm gonna let you know, some of these he bought for me, some of them, a lot of them he bought for himself, but I can't tell you what all of them are about, so bear with me. But these first 2 are books that he loved growing up and he wants to reread. And that is Crank and Glass by Ellen Hopkins. I think it's about a drug. And it's told in poetry format. But this was one of his favorite book series, like book authors, from high school and stuff, and he wants to re-get them all. And he found the original covers, which he really loves these covers better than the new ones. So he found them for $4 a piece and was like, oh, we're getting them. I was like, okay, babe. Whatever you say. He doesn't diss me for the books that I want. I don't diss him for his. This next one, the boyfriend is really big into Star Wars. And he used to have a collection of Star Wars books before he moved and moved in with me. He got rid of them, and I'm like, why would you get rid of them? Because you're going to want to own the whole collection again. So I'm basically making him build up his Star Wars book collection again. So he got Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnston, and I have no idea what this is about, but I'm going to assume it's about Padma. As you will learn, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. Star Trekkie over here. I can't do it, but live long and prosper. But yeah. Found that very cheap, too. And he was like, okay, I'll grab it. So next two, we also found really cheap. I think we found for like $5 a piece. But that is book 1 and book 2 in the Winter something series. The Winter Night trilogy. And that is Bear and the Nightingale and The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. Both me and him are very interested in this series. All I know is follows Vasilisa, and it's based off of Russian mythology. But we've heard really good things, and we just need to get the third one. And I plan on reading them. He's going to try them. I'm going to try them, and we're going to see if it's something that we love. The year of 2021 is us trying things that we normally wouldn't try. Like me with Lee Bardugo. This next box set, which y'all could probably already see, he bought for me because he found it at Vintage Talk, and he knew I was having a bad day, and he knows this is one of my favorite series, and that it will put a smile on my face. And I love him for that because this is just awesome. And I kind of squealed. But he got me the box of the new color covers of ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. Which he knows that I like the hardbacks and the paperback covers. Because the hardbacks are gray. Like, they kind of look like that. Just on like a gray background. But I really like the paperbacks because the color schemes just pop. And these are the ones that I'll be using this year to reread before the next one comes out. But we have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. As we do this, I'll do that. We have A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. We have A Court of Wings and Ruin. And we have A Court of Frost and Starlight. These are just so... These colors. Girl, I love a book design. Like, I was skeptical, okay? Like everyone else. I don't like the cover redesign or anything. I prefer the original covers. But something about the paperbacks are just so pretty, and I'm so happy to have these. These are the ones I'm going to be reading. Don't know what ACOTAR is. I don't know what to tell you. Where the fuck have you been? ACOTAR's amazing. Go read it. Just saying. I'm doing a read-along of all the Sarah J. Maas' work this year as well, so that'll be good. He also got me these next two books because he likes to spoil me. But as someone who's pagan, I got a crystal ball for Christmas, and I'm super excited about learning how to use it and stuff like that. So he found a book called Crystal Ball Gazing, The Complete Guide to Choosing and Reading Your Crystal Ball by Uma Silbe. And did you know that using a crystal ball can help lessen stress. I was like, what? I'm very intrigued and can't wait to dive into this year and learn more. He also got me an early Valentine's Day gift because this was originally supposed to be Valentine's Day, but he found a different idea he wants to do. But he got me The Ravens, a hardback copy of The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. If you have not read this book, go read it. It is sorority school for witches, and it is probably one of my favorite take on witches, and I can't wait to read the next one. And this book is just stunning. Just stunning. The next book he got is because we're a huge DC family in this house. Don't get me wrong, I love some of my Marvel characters, but I'm really big into DC. And I will be reading all the DC Icon books this year, and so will he. He's going to read the ones he hasn't read and stuff like that. But he got Black Canary Breaking Silence by Alexandra Monier, which is the next in the DC Icon series, like Wonder Woman Warbringer, Batman Nightwalker, Catwoman Soul Stealer, and Superman Dawnbreaker. This is the first in the new covers, and I'm kind of here for this 80s, like, punk theme here. And the book is yellow. Like, and I am super excited to get to this one, which probably won't be until, I think I'm reading this one. I can't remember if I'm reading this one in November or December. I'll have to look at my papers, but some of those may like move around a little bit. But Black Canary is one of my favorite DC characters, and I cannot wait. He's reading them all out of order. I'm going to read them all in order and see if I can see anything differently from him. Does that make sense? It's a little project we're doing. Next is another Jay Kristoff book, which we had the second one on the way too. But we found Lifelike by Jay Kristoff for super cheap in a hardback. And I found the second one for super cheap in hardback, which is in that box that's on its way, but we'll get there another day. And it's another, I want to say this one's about clones or robots or androids. Yeah, this one's about a robot where she finds a cyborg that like can pass off as human. I don't know, but Jay Kristoff. Next is a book that he is super, super interested in. I'm interested in it, but not as much as he is, so I'm gonna let him read it first, and if he loves it, I'll read it. Kind of how we do it with like certain stuff that I'm like, I'm on the fence, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like something I would like. That is Lobezana by Romina Garber. Romina Garber. Why did I say Garber like that? Romina Garber. Undocumented, unprotected, and unafraid. All I know is this is a fantasy novel that includes, I want to say, is it an Argentinian? Yes, Argentinian history. Ooh, I didn't even see the underjacket of the moon. And then the opening, you have some maps. Oh, this is a gorgeous book. All I know is don't cry for me, Argentina. The only thing that pops up in my head when I think of it. But fantasy with Argentinian. We're both kind of interested in learning more about different cultures and stuff like that. And this just sounds super cute. And that cover is stunning. Next is another Star Wars book. And that is Star Wars The High Republic Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule. And the only thing I know about this one is it takes place 200 years before episode 1 of Star Wars. which is the one with Jar Jar Binks, right? I think. Takes place before Phantom Menace. Is all I know. And it's Star Wars. Next book he got is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi, which all I know is this is one that's been on my list as well as I'm curious about, and so is he. Ooh, the Underjacket. Babe. I don't think he's looked at the Underjacket yet. All I know is this is another heist story, but it takes place in 1889 in Paris. So that's all I know about that one. Next, we'll get to that one in a second, is he got the sequel to Guinevere's Deception, The Camelot Betrayal by Kiersten White, because he really enjoyed the first one, I do believe, and which we found the Alcrate edition of, and he absolutely thinks it's gorgeous, and he wanted the sequel. Plus, this under, it's a pretty blue with a pretty crown. So, and it was one of the few Kiersten White books we didn't own. So, yeah. And this last book we had pre-ordered, but something about the pre-order didn't go through or something. So we ended up buying it on date night. And we're both super, super excited about it. And that is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Bind your fate to mine. All I know is this is inspired by Greek mythology. We are such a Rick Riordan household here. And anything that involves Greek mythology is we're totally down for. And oh my God, this book is heavy. I don't know what it is. This book is like significantly heavy. For as a book as short as it is, it's only 500. No, it's not even 500 pages. It's only 466 pages, but these pages are dense. So we're super excited for this one. Like, how many times did I say super excited in this video? But those are all our 40 plus book haul. Have you read any of these? Comment down below. Any you want to hear my thoughts on? Any y'all are super excited for me to see? Do you want the boyfriend to come in with any of his books to tell you any of his thoughts when he reads them? Let me know and comment down below. But thank you guys for letting me, like, not that you had a choice, but me in a different, like, little area. As you can see, we had a lot of books. I wanted to, like, just do a casual sit down and just discuss. And we're still going to have more coming because we're not even at the halfway part in this month. After this month, we're not buying as many books. I'm just going to put that out there. We'll probably still buy a few here and there, but Lord Jesus, our bank account. That's what happens when you're excited. But yeah. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. And if you're new, might as well hit that subscribe. And until next time, remember to always be fabulously yourself. Oh boy!